I could honestly say I'm doing the best at what I'm supposed to be doing, which is, make music and make a living and have fun. I'm doing it now. I never, 20 years ago, I met Ray. We met each other, or maybe you don't remember, but I think I saw you play with Eric Sardinas at the NAMM show. Does that sound right? In 96, were you playing with Eric Sardinas?
I never played with him.
Okay, no, it wasn't Eric, but he was on a stage, and then you played with somebody else, either Sun Red Sun or something.
It was Billy Sheehan, and
it was Billy. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw you in the Hilton or something play. Does that sound right? But anyway, I just remember there was a bunch of musicians. I was like, it was sensory overload for me, seeing. I went to the NAMM. That was my first time there in '96, and I had never even been to California. But I saw you play then, and I just think now, to all these years doing this, playing music, and I think I'm doing my best work now,
I was as you're talking, I'm starting to think and going like, how lucky are we to still be doing this for a living? And you know what I mean? There's I have virtuoso guitar player buddies working at, jobs they really don't want to do. And I'm listening to your story and I'm like, man, you're so awesome and lucky to be able to do this. And as am I, and it's an awesome thing to still be. I remember when I turned 40, I'm like, oh, crap, now what am I going to do? And now I'm 49 and I feel the same way. These last 2 records I just put out are some of my best, I think probably the best work, and that's a great feeling.
We're both the same age. So we both probably have a lot of the same influences, the same career path of, small town kids. You kind of like graduate from playing in local bands to, and then, both of us had the naivety, and which I think is a bit, like ballsy, to go to LA, go to the big city and try your, get into a bigger pool of talented musicians to like, sort of put you in your place but fuel you and get you out of your comfort zone. And like I said, when I first saw you, I had never been to LA and I was like, who is this guy? And it was like kind of like, inspiring and influential. I was like, wow, there's a lot of great drummers around here in LA. So
who's this Amish pig farmer?
No, man, it was like right away I knew I better get my chops up. And it's cool that you went to school. And you went to you went to school and taught, correct? Well,
that was, there was an excuse. I mean, I grew up on a 118-acre farm in the middle of nowhere outside of Pittsburgh, small town.
So you were supposed to be a farmer.
Well, I mean, dude, my guitar player at that time, had he not talked me out of it, who knows? My sister owns a 300-animal zoo in Smithton, Pennsylvania. I might be working at that zoo right now if it hadn't been for him, because you never know. It's like he's like, dude, we got to go to LA, and I'm like, we're 18. We live in Pittsburgh. Let's just go to New York. It's right here. It's like, no, man, everybody's doing it in LA. We need to get out there. Well, the big excuse is like, let's go to MI. I have a ton to learn. I know that. I was just a rock metalhead playing the Kiss records and Ozzy growing up. It's like I needed to learn. So moved out there and man, I got my ass kicked because I thought I was kind of hot shit off the farm, and little I knew nothing. I had a good heart and spirit about it, but when I went to MI, I was like, man, I don't know what jazz is and Latin, and I've still struggled with a lot of, you never really get that stuff down. You just learn more and build your vocabulary, but they didn't have a rock program, and I was always bitching about it. So they called me in about 2 years later and said, if you write a rock curriculum, we'll hire you to teach here. So that's how the whole thing went. I was like, I'm 22. I'm not going to teach at some music school. But I wrote some really basic rock classes, and that 3 hours led to 33 hours. But then I started touring too much with Jakey Lee and David Lee Roth, and the sub was there more than me. So I just ended up stopping,
Yeah, that's so cool. Let's remember, you played with David Lee Roth. Come on.
That's right. That's where I first met.
Let me tell you something, Fitz. You keep it up, man. Your career's going to be okay, buddy.
Oh, man. I mean, Van Halen, Kiss, those were like basically my 2 bands from the late 70s. The first Van Halen record right through to, the first, like I saw the 84 tour, and I remember I was just like, I was the very back last seat in the place, and I was 14 years old when I saw that tour. But when Dave came out and did the splits, I just was like, that was life changing.
Yeah. It's surreal to me because he's been hanging on that poster of him from the US Festival has been hanging on my wall since I was probably 12 or 13. And then, being, I just remember sitting in my underwear on the farm trying to play Hot for Teacher, going like, why can't I play this? And then next thing you know, I'm in the band opening with it every night with David Lee Roth. And there wasn't one night that went by that I didn't look out and go, that's freaking David Lee Roth. Like,
dude, it's just careful what you wish for. Wow.
You don't get used to that, man. And that was 97 to 05. I was in 8 years, it was crazy.
That's where I first met you, right? It was in Casino Rama, Orillia, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
David Lee Roth was, I think we have a mutual friend, Darren from the Salads out of Toronto.
Nice.
So that was an experience that night too. And I don't know if David Lee Roth ever walked off stage with you. I know Fitzy, you played with Vince Neil a lot, and he used to do that. So that was actually a show where David played the whole show. I was pretty excited about that at the time. But
hey, Dave's doing a residency here in Vegas. I'm pretty excited.
I heard about that.
He is.
Everybody's doing a residency in Vegas.
Are you playing drums for that, Fitz?
No, but if my phone rings, I might have to at least entertain the call.
Thanks for stopping by, friends, to the Brenton on Tour podcast channel on YouTube. Coffee, music, travel, life, all of those things. One page, lots of guests, lots of chatter. We talk about all of it. If you like it, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Thanks, friends. See you next time.